Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we'll talk about how to buy a tokenized stock in practice. But first, what is a tokenized stock? It's nothing more than a token running on a blockchain that represents a stock listed on a stock exchange anywhere in the world. The token is issued by a specialized company, while the actual stock is held in custody by another regulated financial institution. So, everything is done according to the legal requirements of each company's jurisdiction. Buying these assets is super easy. You basically just need a crypto wallet. It doesn't matter if it's a hard wallet or a virtual one like MetaMask, and some balance, usually in dollar-backed stablecoins such as USDT or USDC. But the buying process itself is the easy part, and you'll see a real example later in this video. So stay here. First, we need to talk about the precautions you should take when choosing which token to buy. Yes, there are several companies tokenizing financial and real estate assets. And stocks are not the only real world asset you can buy through blockchain today. But that's a topic for another video. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. And smash the like button so the algorithm knows that you like this topic. And it really helps me spread this content to more people. I'm just starting this channel, and your support will help me keep sharing all my crypto knowledge I've gained and continue to learn over time. Back to what I was saying, there are several companies specialized in bringing real-world assets onto the blockchain. So, besides choosing the stock to invest in, you also need to carefully choose the company issuing the tokens. And that's mainly for two reasons. First, avoid scams. Unfortunately, there are bad actors who release fake tokens pretending to be from legitimate issuers. There are also speculative tokens that aren't actually backed by the real assets they claim to represent. Don't worry, I will explain soon how to avoid this kind of problem in this video. Secondly, watch out for fees. Some issuing or managing entities charge fees for the assets, especially tokens representing stocks, ETFs, or bonds. There are also companies that don't charge any fees at all, which makes their token much more attractive. All right, with that in mind, let's look at the tokenized stock options available today. Let's say we want to buy stock from the US market. I will pick Pfizer as an example. Just to be clear, this is not a financial advice. I'm just using Pfizer as a real world example, okay? So I will go to the Pancake website. I click on Choose, where it says K, to see the available token options for Pfizer stock. And just to remind you, you don't need a Pancake account to access this screen, okay? In the token list, I will type PFE, which is the Pfizer stock ticker, and the search will show the available tokens for this company. Remember, these are just options currently listed on Pancake. Other exchanges or DEX might have different issues. And just to make it clear again, this video isn't sponsored by any company. When I search for Pfizer ticker, I see two tokens, PFE ON, issued by Ondo, and PFE X, issued by Baked, also known as X stocks. Basically, when you see a token with the stock ticker ending in ON, it's issued by Ondo. If it ends in X, it's from Baked. So, how do you choose which one to invest in? Well, my advice is the classic do your own research. Each company has its own management philosophy, but I've done a lot of research on both, and I read all the documentation I could find, and I will share the key differences, pros and cons, and I'll tell you which one I personally chose and why. Let's start with Baked tokens, the ones ending in X. On Baked's website, there is a short description about the cost. It says that currently there are no management fees, but a fee of up to 0.25% per year could be charged in the future. That's still pretty reasonable, but it would be a cost nonetheless. There is also a 0.5% fee for buying and selling these assets when trading through a crypto exchange. I think those are fair numbers, especially compared to traditional stockbrokers, even though, yes, there are brokers that charge zero fees. And that's why now we'll talk about the second option, Ondo's token. According to their website, They basically don't charge any fees for buying, selling, or managing the assets. But there are two important details here. First, even though there are no fees, the token price might be slightly higher or lower than the real asset price at the time of purchase. And they are the ones who profit or lose from that variation. From my experience, when buying through an exchange, you usually pay a bit more. That's just how it works. However, if you buy through peer-to-peer markets, you can avoid that extra cost and even benefit from it. Now, let's see in practice how to buy or tokenize Pfizer stock. The first step is to make sure your crypto wallet has a balance in one of the currencies supported by the token issuer. So, you need some USDC or USDY, the Ondo's own tokenized dollar. But USDY wasn't a good deal at the time I'm recording this video. It was over $1.40. So let's forget USDY for now. Once you have funds in your wallet, just search for the asset. I use my Binance wallet here since I have some balance there. And again, this video isn't sponsored. Binance is paying me nothing for this. And I won't go into detail about how to deposit money into your exchange account, so this video doesn't get too long. But if you need help with that, drop me a comment below. If lots of people ask, I can make a separate video showing the full process from the very beginning. To buy or tokenize the Pfizer stock, first we need USDC. So I'll go to Markets, type USDC in the search bar, and click USDC/BRL, because BRL is my local currency. Then I click the green buy button. On the screen, I will enter the amount I want to buy. Here I will buy $20 and then click the green buy USDC button. Next, we will need a bit of Ether, or just ETH or ETH, the native currency of the Ethereum network, to pay for the transaction fees when buying the Pfizer token. We will pay for the stock with USDC, but Ethereum network requires a small amount of ETH for gas fees. That means the transaction cost. That's one of the few costs involved, but it's much lower than traditional broker fees. And it doesn't scale with the transaction size. In other words, no matter how much you buy or sell, the gas fee stays about the same. Now, let's buy some ETH. It's the same process. Go to Markets, search for ETH/BRL, click Buy, and instead of entering the amount in ETH, I will use the total BRL field because I want to say how much money I want to spend, not how many ETH I'm going to buy. Here I'll put 10 BRL, which is more than enough. Done. Now that we have USDC and ETH, we got everything you need to buy our stock token. We just have to send both to our wallet. Click the home icon to go back to the main screen, then click wallet. If you don't have a wallet created yet, the app will generate one for you. Just follow the on-screen instructions. It's easy. On the wallet screen, click the yellow receive button. Select transfer from Binance Exchange, and you'll see all your assets there. Click USDC, choose the Ethereum network, and hit continue. Enter the amount you want to send. I will click next to send it all, then click transfer. Enter your two-factor authentication code when prompted, and done! Now we have USDC in your wallet. Do the same for ETH. Now that we got both USDC and ETH in our wallet, we can finally buy the Pfizer token. On the main wallet screen, click Trade. In the front field, select USDC. In the to field, type PFE on. Now, this is where you need to pay close attention not to select the wrong token. Below the token name, you see Pfizer Ondo token, along with the beginning and the end of the token's smart contract address. It's extremely important that the address matches the one listed on the issuer's official website, in this case, Ondo's site. To be sure, I checked Ondo's website, searched for Pfizer, and confirmed that the address matched exactly with the one shown in my Binance wallet. Perfect! Now I can safely select the right token. Next, enter how much USDC you want to invest. It must be any value greater than $10. Then click Approve is Swap. On the next screen, you can adjust the gas fees, but I don't recommend touching the settings unless you know exactly what you are doing. If you set it too low, your transaction might never go through. If it's too high, you just waste money. So let's keep the default settings and click confirm. Done. Our order was sent to the blockchain and it will be executed shortly. You can already see the transaction details here. And look at that. We now own 0.43 Pfizer shares in our wallet. Pretty cool, right? If you liked learning how to buy stocks from anywhere in the world without opening a broker account or losing money with exchange spreads, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. And let me know in the comments, what kind of real world asset would you like to have in your wallet? Thanks for watching and I see you in the next video.